पांडुरंग विठ्ठले हरिनारायण हरिनारायण गोविंदा 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 पांडुरंग विठ्ठले हरिनारायण
Shri Sai Ram. Invoking the blessings of the Almighty, respected elders, guests, and participants from around the world, Sai Ram and good evening. Welcome to day 24 of the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival. It is said that while the face is the index of the mind, the eyes are its windows. Today, as a part of the Know Your Mission segment, we have Dr. Chetan Murthy from the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research presenting the procedures and progress of the ophthalmology department. Dr. Chetan completed his MS in ophthalmology and has trained at premier institutes including the L.V. Prasad Eye Institute. He specializes in complex cataracts, corneal and stem cell transplantation, and refractive surgeries. Presently, he's serving as an assistant professor at our medical institute. Dr. Chetan Murthy, please.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my humble pranams to the Divine Master Sadguru, respected Murthy Anna. Good evening all. I am Dr. Chetan, representing the Department of Ophthalmology. Swami with his teaching taught us to love all, serve all. Through our department is guiding us for vision for all. So what started as a department of 2 staffs, now it is a 4 doctors and 7 optometrists. So on the clinical front, we offer all kind of eye services, notably cornea and ocular surfaces, glaucoma, and medical retina. So we are proud to say we are very few among Indian medical colleges to offer all these services. As an outreach program, we conduct District Blindness Control Society camps in collaboration with the community medicine. We do retinopathy of prematurity screening for preterm babies in collaboration with Prabha Hospital. We also dispense high quality spectacles in collaboration with Zeiss. On the operative front, we do mainly cataracts, and recently we have started corneal transplantation and limbal stem cell transplantation, and also ocular oncology for ocular surface tumors. And we are proud to say in India, we are very few among the medical colleges to offer these kind of services. So one of the key highlights of our department is the comprehensive diabetic retinopathy screening. So India is the capital of diabetes, and the prevalence of diabetes is, diabetic retinopathy is 20%. And what we have done in our diabetes screening OPD, we have placed a smartphone-based fundus camera where we capture the retina of the patients. And if some pathology is found, they are being treated in ophthalmology OPD either with argon green laser. So far we have done 147. And we give intravitreal injections, so we have given 22 of such cases. I think we are the very few among the medical colleges in India to offer comprehensive diabetic retinopathy screening and treatment. So there is a case where we can see there is a severe edema in the retina of the patient due to his diabetic conditions. You can see the arrow mark how much edema it is. This is the pre-injection, and post-injection of intravitreal, you can see that edema is almost resolved and the patient has regained his full vision. Swami, we do majorly the cataract surgeries. With his blessings, we started in February 2023. So far, we have done 2,674 adult cataracts and 15 pediatric cataracts. We also conduct District Blindness Control Society camps, where we go to the community of the people, screen them, bring them back to the base hospital, operate them, give them free drops and spectacles, and drop them back to the same community. So what makes our institute special is, we offer top-end surgeries like phacoemulsification, which is the latest technology, and we do also the daycare surgery where the patient is admitted on the same day, operated and discharged on the same day. Also, we implant one of the best quality intraocular lenses, and the patient are being given best quality spectacles from Zeiss company. I think this is one of the very few medical colleges offer this kind of a corporate setup of treatment for cataracts. Also, we are the center for referral for complex cataracts like traumatic and uveitic cataracts from nearby hospitals. With this Swami's blessing, we also started the corneal surgeries. So corneal blindness is again the need of an hour, because 1 in 20,000 patient in India is corneally blind. So we have done 9 adult keratoplasties. So we have done an optical keratoplasty for corneal scars and TPKs for the infections, where again India is known for farming, and there are many farmers who get injured while working in fields. So they develop these ulcers. So TPK is a boon for them. And also we do the challenging surgeries like lamellar surgeries, where we transplant only the few layers of the cornea, either first, second, or third, fourth layer. Here we done a Despen stripping endothelial keratoplasty for the corneal edema. So the most challenging is the pediatric keratoplasties, because not only we are giving vision to them, these are young males and adults who have these corneal scars. So these people are bullied in schools. They won't get jobs in offices. Especially young females, they won't get married because of this poor cosmesis. So here is one such story. A young female of around 25 years old came to our department for her left eye corneal scar post an infection. So her parents were nervous and worried because she was not getting any alliances. So they were pleading us to do something about it. So when we examined her, this was a state where we can see the left eye had a big corneal scar. Due to this, she had no vision, and also she had very poor cosmesis. So we did an optical penetrating keratoplasty. So this is a post-operative where we can see there is a clear corneal graft where she has regained her vision and also the cosmesis. So two months after the surgery, the same parents came to our department with all smiles, and they invited for our wedding by giving the first wedding invitation card. So this is the impact of an eye donation, where we can literally transform the life of our patients. So coming to achievements, with your blessings, Swami, we are the first department to start fellowship courses in phacoemulsification. We as a team represented SMS IMSR overseas. We presented 3 international research papers and 2 poster presentations. Of late was in Italy. And we have conducted international CME. We have invited international ophthalmologists. The main aim is to collaborate with them in for future. With your blessings, Swami, I was awarded All India Ophthalmology Society Fellowship Grant and also Emerging Young Ophthalmologist Award by Rotary. My colleague, Dr. Ranjita, she was selected for the observership in one of the world's best eye hospital called Moorsfield Eye Hospital, London. So coming to the patient stories and lives transformed. So here is a young boy around 9-10 years old. So he came with total cataract in both of his eyes. His parents noticed this when he was 3 years old, and for some reasons they have not got operated for 6 long years. Due to this many years, he has not only lost his vision, he had developed a complication called nystagmus, where the eyes are shaky, and he had very, very poor fixation. So in the video also you can see the patient has poor fixation, but he is now improved and getting improved. So we did a phacoemulsification on under GA for both of his eyes. So now he has got his vision, and our optometrists are trying to visually rehabilitate him and improve his fixation. So let's hear his story.
ಮುಂಚೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಬಂದ್ರು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತೆ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಸೇರಿಸಿದೀವಿ ಸರ್ ನಾವು. ಮೊದಲು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
So this is a total dense cataract he had, and here I am operating under phacoemulsification, removing the cataract and implanting the intraocular lens.
ಕಾಣ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಸರಿ, ಓದ್ತೀನಿ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಸೈಕಲ್ ತುಳಿತೀನಿ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಈ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗೈತೆ ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ತರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಇದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೈ ಮುಗಿತೀವೋ ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಅದೇ ತರಾನೇ ಸರ್. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಕಣ್ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಈ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ ಋಣಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
Here's the next case. She was a 14-year-old female. So she came to me with an ugly-looking corneal scar. So prior to this, she had a cataract, which is Our parents got her operated in some local hospital, but unfortunately, she had some complication and she developed a corneal scar. Because of this, she was constantly bullied in school and her performance in school became very much low. And not only she didn't have vision, but also she was mentally very, very weak. So this is her story. So this is how she came to us, left eye corneal scar, and offer her a keratoplasty operation. Here I'm measuring the cornea and marking it, refining it, removing the scarred cornea by cutting it, and this is the total cornea I removed. So this is the donor cornea, I'm suturing it. So this is after the full sutures. So this is how she came to me, and post-surgery, this is the picture where the graft is clear, and this is the latest 1 week follow-up where we can see eye is totally normal, looking like normal with a few sutures.
ಹೊರೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳೇನು. ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕಪ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಏನೋ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಮುದ್ದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕರಿಗುಡ್ಡೆ ಊತ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದು ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಚ್ಚೆ ಹೊಡಿತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆರಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಕರಿಗುಡ್ಡೆ ಬೇರೆದು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರ್ಡು ಬರೆಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ನನ್ನಂತವರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ದಿರ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ದಾನ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
So this is a story of an young female. It dates back to 16 years back. She was a singer, music composer, and devotee of Baba, and she used to live in Puttaparthi. And one fine day, she developed multiple joints inflammation, arthritis, and tuberculosis of bone joints. Because of this, she was bedridden for 16 long years. Not only that, and she developed severe ocular inflammation. From past 5 years, she developed both eye cataract, total cataract. So when we examined her, she was not even opening her eyes for the torchlight. So we have to cut down the inflammation with medical management, and then we shifted her for Rajeshwari for the operation. Here also we faced many challenges, like hers was a systemic condition where we had to collaborate with orthopedic department, ENT department, and medicine department for her multiple infections. So once everything was settled, we took her for surgery. Even taking her for the OT was a big challenge because she was to be shifted under stretcher. Her neck was not flexing, and I was not able to focus under microscope. And her ocular surface was not good because she had multiple corneal opacities and basically poor visibility. By God's grace, the operation, both eyes we did, and it went well. And this is her story.
Sai Ram. I'm Lakshmi. I had cataract. Actually, from past 5 years, my vision started becoming blurry, and for nearly 3 years, I was almost blind. And I approached a couple of doctors, but were reluctant to operate because my body has multiple complications, and performing surgery was a big challenge for them. So I got all disappointments from them. Swami had a different plan actually. Swami's hospital, Rajeshwari, temple of healing, I must say, came to my aid, and his angel, I must say, that he came all the way to Puttaparthi, and there he checked me and assured me that he would perform surgery. After surgery, it was a great miracle, I must say, that I could see the beautiful creation of Almighty once again with my eyes. Swami grant me his divine darshan. He visited me and also gave me a house here inside the ashram. I take this as a blessing. My blindness and the denial of the doctors earlier I had approached, I feel they were a kind of blessing in disguise, and it was the master plan of our divine master. For me, I have no words to thank my loving Sadguru. And also, he is trying to clear the cataract of my internal eyes through his love and continuous talks, divine talks, helping me to walk the path of self-realization. Thank you so much, Swami. Sai Ram.
I'd like to end by saying, Swami, the treatment we give is the services offered to you. Thank you, Swami.
This evening, we are delighted to celebrate the nations of Russia and Belarus. On behalf of all of us, Zdravstvuyte or hello and Dobry Viesher or good evening to our brothers and sisters of Russia and Belarus. Russia, which is the largest country in the world, stretches across 2 continents and 11 time zones. Its landscapes range from the Siberia's snowy plains and the Ural Mountains to the historic cities of Moscow and St. Petersburg. Indo-Russian relations are a cornerstone of India's foreign policy, characterized by a historically deep and strategic partnership that has expanded to cover economic, defense, science, and technological spheres. Belarus, often called the land of lakes and forests, is situated in Eastern Europe, bordered by Russia, Poland, Ukraine, Lithuania, and Latvia. Its landscapes of rivers, wetlands, and woodlands reflect a deep harmony with nature. Belarus is known for its folk traditions, crafts, music, and historic castles that speak of its cultural richness. Though distinct, both Russia and Belarus share with India values of family, heritage, and respect for culture. This evening, we are honored to present the One World, One Family Humanitarian Award in the field of healthcare to Dr. Dmitry Hryanyuk from Belarus. A leading maxillofacial and facial plastic surgeon from Belarus, he heads the Department of Maxillofacial Surgery at the Belarusian State Medical University. Inspired by his father's legacy, he has dedicated his career to treating congenital facial deformities. As a volunteer with Operation Smile, he has provided free surgeries worldwide, restoring both appearance and dignity for hundreds of individuals. Passionate about service, he envisions establishing a global pediatric surgical center, believing every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Through his work, Dr. Dmitry embodies the true spirit of one world, one family. May we invite him to kindly come forward and receive the award from Sadhguru, followed by his acceptance speech. Dr. Dmitry.
Respected Sadhguru, dear ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, I'm grateful to everyone gathered in this hall to congratulate us. My name is Dmitry Grichanyuk. I was born in 1979 in Grodno, Republic of Belarus, graduated from Grodno State Medical University in 2002. I am a maxillofacial and plastic surgeon. Today, I am a head of the Department of Maxillofacial Surgery and Plastic Surgery of the Face of the Belarusian State Medical University. I have been involved in charity for over 12 years. I am the only volunteer surgeon in Belarus for 3 charity foundations: Operation Smile USA, Operation Smile Russia, and Gifting a Smile Russia. During our off-site events, we operate on a large number of children with congenital facial pathology in a short period of time, from 40 to 150 operations in 14 days. The frequency of birth of such children all over the world is higher and amounts to one child per 600, 700 newborns on average. I have operated on about 3,000 children with congenital pathology on the face in different countries in the world. I want to thank everyone who has with me on the way to this award, everyone who spent their time and effort and helped. First of all, I am grateful to my father, thanks to whom I became a doctor. My mother, who has been praying for me all my professional life. And of course, my wife, Maria, for her love and patience for my profession. I have 3 children, 2 sons, Ilya, 18 years old, Alexander, 12 years old, and I have 1 daughter, Kira, 8 years old. I also thank the organizers of this wonderful event, One World, One Family, World Culture Festival, for gathering us all here. I am glad to receive this award as a reward today. This memorable gift will remind me of the difficult but wonderful minutes on the way to that award, spent enjoying study and work. Thank you to all, and thank you, Sadhguru, for this opportunity to be here. Thank you so much.
Our first speaker this evening is Ms. Olga Ilina from Russia. She holds a PhD in geology and is also an English teacher by profession. She was first introduced to Sathya Sai Baba about 4 years ago and made her first visit to Muddenahalli in 2022. Today, she will be presenting on the philosophy, the history, and culture of Russia. Ms. Olga.
Sairam to my brothers and sisters. I offer my pronouns to Sadhguru. It is with great respect that I acknowledge Sadhguru's efforts in bringing together a multitude of nations through the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival, offering an invaluable occasion to learn from and celebrate the diverse cultural heritage of our world. Russia is the largest country in the world by land area. It spans Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, stretching from the Baltic Sea in the west to the Pacific Ocean in the east. Russia is the 9th most popular country in the world with approximately 146 million people. It has varied climate conditions. The capital of Russia is Moscow. The official currency of Russia is the Russian ruble. 1 ruble equals 1.09 rupees, and the official language is Russian. St. Vasil's Cathedral is one of the most famous landmarks in Moscow, located on Red Square. It is renowned for its vibrant, colorful, onion-shaped domes. The Winter Palace is a grand historic building located in St. Petersburg. It was the official residence of the Russian monarchs. Lake Baikal is located in Siberia, world's deepest freshwater lake, estimated to be around 25 million years old, making it one of the oldest lakes on Earth. Veluchik volcano is an active volcano located in Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Russian spirituality is strongly influenced by the Russian Orthodox Church, which has shaped the country for centuries. The Temple of All Religions in Kazan is a unique building that brings together symbols for many world faiths. Russian cuisine is hearty and diverse, influenced by the country's vast geography and multicultural population. Soups are a big part of Russian meals, with many vegetarian versions, including hearty vegetable broth and rich flavors. Kasha is a traditional Russian porridge made from whole grains and can be prepared as either a sweet or savory dish. Blini are thin, crepe-like Russian pancakes made from a simple batter, traditionally made with wheat or buckwheat flour. Traditional Russian clothing is known for its rich colors, embroidery, and layered design, reflecting the country's climate and cultural heritage. For women, the main traditional garment is the sarafan, a long, sleeveless dress worn over a blouse. Russian art is known for its religion icons, folk crafts, and classical painting traditions. Icon painting was dominant for centuries, overusing gold leaf and strict symbolism. Matryoshka dolls are colorful wooden Russian nesting dolls, each fitting inside another and often decorated as women in traditional dress. Maria Sharapova is a famous Russian tennis player who won 5 Grand Slam titles and was ranked world #1. She became internationally known after winning Wimbledon at age 17. Many Russians live healthy lives, but heart attacks are still a problem for some. Education is free and most people can read and write. Many young people in Russia go to university, but those in cities have better access to quality education. Social programs and healthcare have improved, but some problems still exist in rural areas. Russia promotes cultural exchange and humanitarian values around the world. There are 90 youth friendship clubs connecting students from over 140 countries. We are stronger together and, no matter our differences, we all share the same hopes for a better future. Спасибо. Thank you.
Our second speaker for this evening is Mr. Dmitry Boyarsky from Belarus. He's pursuing his PhD in social science at the prestigious Lomonosov Moscow State University. Along with his academic pursuits, he is also serving as the country coordinator for Belarus. Mr. Dmitry Boyarsky will be presenting more about the country of Belarus.
Вітаю. With deep gratitude and respect, I warmly greet Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, our respected elders, honored guests, dear students, and everyone watching us live. It is truly a blessing to stand there before you today at the inspiring One World, One Family World Cultural Festival as a humble representative of beautiful country Belarus. Belarus is a country in Eastern Europe located between Russia and Poland. Minsk is the capital and largest city of Belarus. The country has about 9.3 million people and a continental climate. The Belarusian ruble is the official currency of Belarus. 1 Belarusian ruble is equivalent to 26 rupees. The country has 2 official languages, Belarusian and Russian. Brest Fortress in Belarus is a historic site where soldiers bravely defended their country during the Second World War. Mir Castle is located in the town of Mir. It contains a museum with many exhibits, a chapel, and other historical features. Narachinsky National Park is a significant natural reserve located in the Minsk region of Belarus, renowned for its rich biodiversity. The park spans approximately 933 square kilometers and encompasses the Narach Lake, the largest lake in Belarus. The National Library of Belarus, located in Minsk, is the country's largest library and a prominent cultural landmark. In Belarus, spirituality and philosophy intertwine deeply with cultural identity, religious traditions, and national values. The Church of Saint Simon and Yelena, commonly known as the Red Church, is a prominent Roman Catholic church located in the heart of Minsk. The Holy Spirit Cathedral is an important Orthodox church in Minsk. It serves as the mother church of the Belarusian Orthodox, holds significant historical and cultural importance. Belarusian cuisine is hearty and simple, focusing on warming foods like potatoes, rye, cabbage, and mushrooms that are commonly grown locally and used in most dishes. Potatoes are called the second bread of Belarus, as they appear in almost every dish. Borscht, a beetroot soup, and rye bread are cherished staples of Belarusian cuisine. Belarusian traditional clothing features natural fabrics, hand embroidery, and symbolical designs, with distinct headwear for married and unmarried women. Belarus is known for its rich folk crafts, traditional music using unique instruments like the duda, bagpipe, cymbali, a stringed percussion instrument, and songs that reflect its natural beauty and cultural heritage. Straw art is a traditional craft of the country, where people make decorations and useful objects from dried straw. Maslenitsa is a traditional Belarusian festival that celebrates the end of winter with pancakes, music, and dancing. Olga Korbut is a legendary figure in the world of gymnastics, and she is often called the Sparrow from Minsk, since she was born in Belarus capital. There are many other personalities born in this great land. We have a high literacy rate, but we have a shortage of teachers. Healthcare is free for everyone. Rural places don't have many doctors or hospitals. There are elderly people who need extra medical and social help. The government runs state programs focused on supporting families and improving education. NGOs provide assistance to children, the elderly, and people with disabilities. Belarus is a country that beautifully blends scenic nature, a rich history, and calm way of life. But its greatest treasure is its people. Let our traditions of resilience and kindness remind us that beyond borders, we are all part of one world, one big family. Thank you.
We will now have a short video presentation showcasing the service initiatives being undertaken by the volunteers in both the countries. Our next speaker is Ms. Natalia Bobrova. Though her first profession was of a civil construction engineer, her passion drew her to choose teaching as her current profession. She has been a devotee of Sathya Sai Baba for the past 24 years. She is an active member of the Russian organizing team and continues to participate wholeheartedly in service activities in Russia. This evening, she will share her transformative journey of faith and service.
My pranam Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai. Sai Ram, dear brothers and sisters, it is a great honor to speak in front of you. Swami says, I gave you a difficult childhood so that you would come to me faster. That is my case. My family was poor. As a child, I had only one dress and one pair of shoes. My mother only bought me a cake when I was ill. My father was mentally ill, and I often witnessed an awful attack of his illness. However, I was an optimist from birth and always had a smile on my face. Misunderstanding with my husband led to loneliness in my family, and I began to search of meaning of my life. In 2000, I heard about Sathya Sai Baba for the first time and saw he sitting next to me in the meditation. I was in wonder, and in 2 months I was in Puttaparthi. I was so happy because I had seen my real family. A lot of people from all over the world. Baba invited our group to the interview, and I experienced his unconditional love. This was my first lesson from Baba. That time I thought that I had nothing to love for, but God loved me for nothing without any conditions. This was the beginning of my transformation. It did not start in our organization, but in my neighborhood, in my native town. There are no transformation manual, but now I understand that Baba guided me from the very first day and helped me to change lives not only the residents of my neighborhood, but also families with many children in my town, Moscow. This was Baba's second lesson. You begin to transform when you do something not for yourself, but for others. My first visit to Muddenahalli was real holiday. Baba did not leave us. He was with us through his devotee Madhusudan. When Sadhguru came to Russia in 2017, I was a part of organizing team. I tried my best, but I didn't understand many things and made many mistakes. Then I learned my third lesson from Baba. It is not about doing everything perfectly yourself, but about allowing others to participate. A year ago, I already know that I would come to Muddenahalli for Sai Baba's century celebration. And he again helped me to transform through the participation in organizing team the Russian Day and Baba's anniversary. His new lesson was very important for me, maintaining the unity of our team. A week before my departure to Muddenahalli, I had a difficult exam. My sister and my mother were hospitalized. I experienced a complete surrender. My independent doer has disappeared. Thanks to this and the divine grace, my mother, who is 93 years old, survived after heart attack. She left the hospital the day before my flight. And in order to fly here, I had to let go away my attachment to my mother and entrust to her Baba through my 3 children. Now I see how the ego periodically awakens in me, but it is no longer the same selfishness that I had before meeting Sathya Sai Baba. His mission in the subtle form has turned into the humanitarian mission of Shri Madhusudan Sai, which is remarkable for its global spread and prospects. I am happy to participate in it. I am happy to be with my family, which has grown several times this year. I am happy to see all of you, my brothers and sisters. Thanks a lot for your attention, for giving me opportunity to speak, and let me hug all of you from the bottom of my heart.
We now pray to Sadhguru to bless us all with his benedictory message.
Shri Krishna says, Sam sarveshu bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajantu bhajante tu mam bhaktya aham te teshu chapyaham, which means I have equal love for all. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu, for all beings, not just human beings, for all beings I have the same equal impartial love. No, I hate none, nor I have any favorites. All are equal to me because they all belong to me. And how? But those who worship me with great devotion, I am in them and they are in me. So we see the expression of God more in some people, and we feel that they are closer to God. Not because God has any partial feelings towards them or favoritism, but simply because they are so devoted that that devotion makes God get closer to them, in the sense there is more expression of divinity in them than anywhere else. When we meet people from around the world who are so very far away from this land of India, who have been waiting to come here despite all the challenges that they have been facing, personal as well as professional and sometimes geopolitical challenges. Despite that, they come all the way just to be here for a few days and enjoy this unity of the world that we are celebrating as one world, one family, World Cultural Festival on the occasion of the centenary year of Bhagwan. It makes me remember that it is not about how near you are, but it is all about how dear you are to the divine. Near physically, it's not the yardstick to measure how much we have understood the divine. It is only the nearness that they have developed in their heart despite being far, far away from this land. That is the true measure of one's spiritual progress, one's devotion, and the expression of divinity that happens through them. I went to Russia only, I think, once, and they received us with so much of love and affection. And then I saw what was going on in Russia. Of course, most of the things are taken care of by the government, being the kind of government that it is. But people who needed help, our devotees would go and do something for them. And more importantly, creating a circle of love and compassion and human values, which they teach to all the people over there, young ones. That is something that gives them hope. You would be very surprised to see that Russia is so similar to India in its thought process. They love Indian cinema, Indian songs, Indian food. They chant Indian mantras so very easily. It just comes to them because there has to be some connection at some point in time when our ancestors were talking and meeting each other. So there has to be some connection. Of course, with the change of the world map in terms of colonialism and things like that, a lot of cultures got exchanged, and now most of it is Christianity that is followed, Orthodox Christianity. But even then, a lot of our devotees have learnt Vedas, they have learnt how to chant Rudram, Namakam, Chamakam, and they will surprise you that they sometimes chant better than most of us here. And that with sincerity they learn and chant. So I am very glad to have our Russian family and Belarus family, which was erstwhile, anyway, all this was erstwhile the United Russia. But all of them have the similar culture, similar background. But today, two of them are here to celebrate their festival of unity and humanity with us. We are very happy to have them here. We will also have a cultural program by them after this talk. As I said, how near you are to God is depending on how dear you are to God and how God is dear to you. God should be the first choice. God should be the only choice. That's when you become dear to God. That's when you become near to God. That's what Krishna says. Those who worship me, I manifest in them and they manifest in me. In fact, I interpret it as I am them and they are me. That is how I think. Because they truly reflect that divinity in everything that they speak, think or do. The doctor who is the surgeon, and he doing service to those who are born with certain facial issues. You know, face is extremely important. That's why we call it face value for everything. The rest of it is not as important as the face. And you help somebody regain one's look. It's very important for people. At the end of it, in the worldly parallels, not everybody can appreciate an Ashtavakra, right? They all need to look decent in order to get going in life. So helping such underprivileged people through his charity is something very noble. In last 24, 23 days, we have met so many humanitarians from around the world who are contributing in their own way. Somebody is a surgeon, he does what he does. Somebody is an educationist. They teach children from slums and rural areas, the ones who have fallen through the cracks, dropouts. Somebody else is an environmentalist. Somebody else is a value educationist. Somebody else is doing something else. So many of them, through music, through art, through environment, so many ways they are serving the society. Now that makes me feel very happy, because when we thought of instituting the award, this award for humanitarians around the world, we did not know whom are we going to invite, because we don't know who qualifies. But as they went looking for people, they found there are so many good people out there. They're doing their own thing in their own way. They may not be a huge organization, but with their individual capacity, they're making a huge difference to the lives of people. And that's so heartening and so hopeful. It's not all lost. There is still hope there. People are there fighting this battle for others and giving them relief, giving them hope. And that's very heartening to see. And imagine at the end of these 100 days, you would have 100 such strong humanitarians around the world working with this mission together. All of them said, we are so inspired by what is happening here. We didn't know anything about you or this mission, but now that we know, we are so much more inspired and we want to work together. So do you have, that is the Sahasra Shirasha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. That is the idea of the 1,000-headed, 1,000-hand, 1,000 legs of the divine. That is how it grows. Each of them is expressing divinity in their own way because their worship is through their service. And look at the beauty of it, that whichever God you worship, you're inspired to do good in your own way, in your own countries. That is the beauty of God and goodness. So I'm very happy, and when I meet such people, I feel very happy. I make a point to talk to them afterwards, after the programs, and understand what they do, how they do, what are the challenges that they have faced, and what can we do together. Wonderful people. That is what I think, they are dear to God. They are near to God. Even if they are not here sitting in Muddenahalli or in a temple or a church, but God is with them all the time. God is with them all the time because they are dear to God. So God wants to be with them. We should become devotees like that and not get into this analysis and this judgment that why God is closer to them and why they are closer to God. Because God is not doing anything out of any partiality or special favoritism. No, He is equal to all, but those who are dear to Him, they obviously experience and express more of God. And that is what is the difference between people. I also am very excited to see the work that is happening in our ophthalmology department. Eye or vision is so important. You are so helpless even though your hands and legs and everything is working, because you don't have eyesight, you struggle. You can't use all those faculties very well. You are dependent on somebody, and that is loss of respect and dignity. And not everywhere in every society there are nice people who help people. As he was saying, children get bullied in the school for not having a vision, or children, or even elders like women. He mentioned the stories of it's difficult to find a match because you are in a way defective, so nobody wants you. So many other social traumas they undergo. But just a little help, a little eye donation, that somebody donated the cornea and it is implanted in another person, and now that person can see very fine. Anyway, the body would have been burnt or buried, isn't it? And that cornea, which was anyway working very well, would have gone into dust. That could have given a vision, not just vision, that has given a new life to somebody who can see better, now study better, and for like girl they mentioned, can grow up and then get married and have a family and live a life of dignity and respect. All this because somebody donated the eye before being buried or burnt. That is a minimum we all can do. That's what I was asking Dr. Chetan. We do not have an eye bank still. We will institute one for sure, but we do accept donations because the very next day we do that implant or whatever transplant. So that is why he was mentioning that we should have an eye bank, which we are growing very fast and a lot of patients are coming. We will work on that to set up a new eye bank so that we can receive donations, and those donations can give new life, new sight to others. I had been to Shankara Eye Foundation. You might know they're based out of Coimbatore. And when I had gone there, I was so inspired that I also made a commitment to donate my eyes after I am no more, the body is no more. We all know that we don't die now, so don't get too troubled by that. It's just the body that dies. So yeah, whenever the body is not of any use, at least whatever we can give. I strongly, in fact, we are even in the process of setting up a heart valve bank and organ donation bank. Someday transplants will happen over here. We are growing slowly. But I just feel that why a human body, which is such a precious mechanism, a machine, helping us to do so many things, should be just thrown away or not utilized. If it could give some help to somebody, starting with eye. It doesn't. Nobody pulls your eyes out. Okay, so don't think that when you donate your eyes, there will be 2 empty sockets and you look terrible. No, it doesn't happen like that. They just take the cornea out, and they just use the cornea. You don't look any bad. Anyway, your eyelids are closed when you are dead. Nobody sees what is inside. So don't over imagine that they will just pull out all your eye sockets, balls, and then they'll take it away. So they don't do so. They just take that. You saw the corneal transplant, right? Some of you, just that piece of cornea. Sometimes you just need a sheath or so that they use, and that's how they give vision to somebody else. So please be mindful, and I'll be happy if our eye donation starts, and with our eye bank, soon you set it up soon, whatever it takes, and then everybody who comes, whenever the time comes for everybody, nobody can stay permanently in this body. But at that point of time, if such a time comes, please be mindful of so many people who have to still live, but they are living such a poor quality of life because they can't see. And that is such a difficulty for anybody. So try to help people if you can. And that is, first you should have a good eye and good vision. If you have defective eyes, what will you donate? So I recommend that at that point in time, do some educative campaign. That how simple is the process and how easy it is for you to just let go of that. After you go, what will you do with anything, any which ways? And then it can be used for things. Already people write to me, can we donate our bodies for medical studies after we are gone? And I tell them, if you think so, then they say, but would that lead to any of these problems later? Like, your body is not properly cremated, it did not go through whatever the process of final rites. So would that mean that I would become a disembodied pretatma and then haunt everybody? I said, if you are so selfless, don't worry, your rituals and rites are all forgiven, because God will take care that it's all done, because you have done it for the good of others. So it does not matter. It is fine as long as you feel that way. It is no problem. So I wanted to clarify that also, because many people worry that if our burial or our whatever cremation is not done properly and our bodies are not properly disposed, then what will happen to our souls? So as first of all, I told Ashtavakra Gita, if you have read, you should have no doubts about such things anymore. Because after all, the self is indestructible, self is continuous, and we don't have to worry about our moksha and other things. In fact, it is said in one of those Subhashitas, it says, Yasya chittam dravibhutam kripaya sarvajantushu tasya jnanena mokshena kim jata bhasma lepanaihi. The one whose heart melts with compassion at the plight of others, who feels for others. For such a person, what is the need for jnana and moksha and growing your beard and hair and having a jata, or having to smear your body with vibhuti and ash? Where is the need for such austerities for a person whose heart melts with compassion for all? That's it. Their moksha is already done, because they have no attachment to anything and they are compassionate towards all beings. They don't need any rituals to become purer and attain any liberation. They are liberated as they are because their heart melts with compassion. So with such compassion, if we can look after each other, I'm sure a lot of children, in India also the avoidable blindness exists, which is preventable. But because of these reasons, access to healthcare like cataracts in the elderly, in pediatric, and corneal issues, damages due to accidents and such injuries cause them to remain blind. But these are all totally rectifiable, preventable and avoidable. If we can do that, it will help so many millions of people. At least I believe 2 crore people have blindness issue in India itself, which is totally avoidable. They can be treated. So if we can treat them, they will live a much better life if we can help them. So we will develop the eye surgery department further and see what else we can do. But yes, if you not now, but whenever the stage comes, the best thing to do is to, whatever is useful in your body still, you should let it go and let it go to the right people, so that more people can live a healthy life because of you. And God will be happy with that. Don't worry about God. God will be extremely happy that you have done something for others, even with your body. And in Zoroastrianism and all these Parsis, they leave the bodies out there in the open. And when I ask them, why do they do that? It looks horrible, because you just leave the body in the open. They don't bury, they don't burn the body. They just leave it up there. Where on a high place. That's not a burial ground. It's like an amphitheater, and just you leave the body and then walk away. There'll be plenty of bodies lying there. And what do? They allow the birds and the whatever animals to eat them. They feel at least our body will be food for somebody. They're not attached to that. That is a tradition. So it's called Parsi Tower of the Dead, silence, Tower of Silence, where they just leave the body and go away. Now, yes, of course, the body can be fed to the hungry beings, birds or vultures and whatever. But even better use of the body is if it can be put to use and those organs can be used for somebody else's welfare. So this makes us think about two things. One, your body is your responsibility. If you have a healthy body, maintain it healthy. Because if your body is healthy, then first, you don't need anybody's help. Two, your body can be of any help to somebody in the future. So maintain good health, good eyes, good limbs, good organs, so that you can be of use to others. And when you are passing, whatever it allows you to do, please do with that body instead of just letting it go to the 5 elements. I fully understand the emotional and the spiritual aspects of things, but with the authority of whatever invested in me by the grace of God, I can assure you that your moksha is not a problem. At the same time, don't think just because you have got the body and you gave the body, you will get moksha. That is also not true. It is the idea of sacrifice and compassion that may lead you to moksha. That's all I'm saying. But if you don't do that, nobody is going to, no God is going to say, oh, this man died with no kidney or no heart because it was donated. So he won't get moksha, nothing like that. So don't worry about that part. But I encourage people, once we have our own organ bank, I would recommend that, we leave behind what we can for others. And this will help somebody somewhere. There's so many poor people, they can't afford. Rich people can pay for their surgeries and transplants. In fact, this transplant itself has become a huge racket. I don't want to tell about it from this platform. I was telling to the medical college staff the other day. I met some transplant surgeons, liver transplant surgeons. The amount of corruption in that field is terrible. I heard it first hand, directly as they say from the horse's mouth. But what goes on? They put bad livers in people's bodies. They know these people are going to die anyways, and they hide under this medical refuge that anyway there was a 50-50 chance that the person would survive. They charge them all the money, put bad livers in them, and then they anyway die after some time, paying huge hospital bills. What amount of corruption in medical field, it's heart-wrenching. In amidst all of that, I was telling, we are trying to fight a dharma yuddha by setting up a good medical college hospital which does the honest job without charging the patient, without money as being the consideration. So we should support a mission like this, isn't it? Make it even stronger. That is what we all should do together. Something that we can do, we should always do. Tana, mana, dhana, as I said, everything belongs to God, right? That is what we should think, that our body also belongs to God, and if we can do anything with our body, even in passing, let us do something for the betterment of all. So that is what I want to tell for the ophthalmology department. But you must know that what's wonderful work is happening now. I can see Dr. Sanjeev Nichayani is sitting over there. That Healing Little Hearts campaign is going on. They're treating pediatric cases, complicated pediatric cases. I met all the doctors and others who had come, and they're doing this. They come from around the world and do this for our children. And they share their knowledge and skills also in the process. That is how we help each other. Whatever we know, through the knowledge, through the wealth, if nothing else, through the body that we are left with, we should help others. Blood donation is another thing. We must donate blood whenever we can. It's good for the body too. It rejuvenates itself. New blood cells are produced. Your body also becomes fresh. Of course, only those who have no other disease or issues, they can donate. So keep your body healthy so that your blood also can go to save somebody. So many cases happen. So many times we need blood. Because we have our own blood bank, we are able to easily handle all of it. And if there is a shortage of blood, we do send a message around. Because we have so many people here, if anybody's blood matches and they can afford to donate, we take the blood. So that is how, with your body also you can help. You need not give an excuse, oh, I'm not a doctor, how can I help? I'm not a wealthy businessman, I don't have rich, whatever savings, so how can I help? You can help this way also. Think like that and try to find ways to help, and that you will definitely become dear to God. And if you are dear to God, you will always be near God. I was walking, somebody said, Swami, please be with me. I also tell the same thing. You also please be with me. It's mutual. I just can't be with you without you being with me. You being with me is devotion. I being with you is grace. But you being with me is devotion. And how to be dear to God, near to God? Be dear to God by doing the things that are dear to God. That is the message. Again conveying our blessings to all the people from Russia, Belarus, and looking forward to the evening cultural program. They have a very unique music, very colorful costumes, and very peppy music Russians have. I hope we will get to see some of it now. All right.
We will now have a short break for 10 minutes, after which we will reconvene for the cultural presentation. This evening's cultural program brings us the rich traditions of Russia and Belarus. Russian classical music and ballet are admired world over for their depth and elegance, while Belarusian folk music and dance celebrate community and heritage with vibrant rhythm and color. Today, joining us from Voronezh, Russia, we have the ensemble Balalaika, comprising of talented musicians and artists, each possessing significant achievements in their respective fields. This ensemble has performed before audiences in Japan, Mexico, the United States, Switzerland, Spain, and many other countries, capturing the hearts of listeners worldwide. It is my pleasure to introduce the artists of Balalaika. Ivanov Yuri on the prima balalaika, Dramanovich Yuri playing the bayan, Solomahin Mihail on the alto balalaika, Gniyosheva Konstantin playing the bass guitar, Dushina Daria, Gornostayev Igor, and Studenikin Anatoly on the vocals, Shamaev Nikolai and Shamaeva Anastasia, the ballet artists. From Belarus, we have Tatiana Zikova, a cymbal and gusli artist, and Maxim Mostovoy on the vocals. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the artists from Russia and Belarus.
Квяточки рветь, квяточки рветь, вяночки извивае, вяночки извивае, слезки проливае, вяночки извивае, слезки проливае. Куполинка, куполинка, темная ночка, темная ночка, здесь твоя дочка, темная ночка, здесь твоя дочка.
Не вечер или в хороводе называл меня своей, а сегодня, друг коварный, ты меня совсем забыл, а другую за богатство полюбил неверный мой. Отчего ж я не богата, как разлучница моя? хороводе называл меня своей.
девку скромную, уманил ее за собою вширь степную, ночью темную. Ну, прижмись, моя лапушка, тесней, прокачу я, что хватит силушки, разгоню варных своих коней, кадля звездной милушки. Целинаю постели, полетим касаться, то ли будет щечкам жарко, будет сердцу сладко. Здесь степи, только ветер видит нас, не стыдишь, моя желанная. Для любви наша выдалась сейчас порушка долгожданная. Улестил парень девку скромную, соблазнил ее жаркой лаской в эту ночку темную. Он прижал свою лапушку тесней, прокатил, что хватило силу, разогнал варных своих коней, кадля звездной милушки. Целинаю постели, полетим касаться, стало девки щечкам жарко, было сердцу сладко.
Заповедный напев, заповедная даль, свет хрустальной зари, свет над миром встающий. Мне понятна твоя вековая печаль, Беловежская пуща, Беловежская пуща. Здесь забытый давно наш родительский кров, и, услышав порой голос ветра зовущий, серой птицей лесной из далеких веков, я к тебе прилетаю, Беловежская пуща, серой птицей лесной из далеких веков, я к тебе прилетаю, Беловежская пуща. Неприметной тропой пробираюсь к ручью, где трава высока, там, где заросли гуще. На колени с колен пью святую твою родниковую правду, Беловежская пуща. На колени с колен пью святую твою родниковую правду, Беловежская пуща. высоких берез свое сердце согреть. Унесу я с собой утешение живущий, твой заветный напев, чудотворный напев. Беловежская пуща, Беловежская пуща, твой заветный напев, чудотворный напев. Беловежская пуща, Беловежская пуща. А воніку нашу усім свете поважают и песни об ёй на розных мовах спевают. А лявонику лявон полюбив, лявонички чаровички купив, лявоника душа ласковая, чаровичками поляскивала. Лявоника душа ласковая, чаровичками поляскивала. лявоніка моя, ти сьогодні ніби ружа розквіла, розцвіла буйними квітками, з мудрим мужем та із сітками. Розцвіла буйними квітками, з добрим мужем та із сітками. Ой, лявоніка моя, дай же Бог тебе довжейше життя, дай на світі сумним радосно прожить, усіх покоях веселіло веселіть. Хай ніколи не забуду тебе я. Ой, лявоніка моя.
знаю, красотки, и сторож у крыльца, никто не загородит дорогу молодца, никто не загородит дорогу молодца. Пойду я к милых теням и брошусь многих ней. Потемней, была бы только ночка, а ночка потемней, была бы только тройка, да тройка порезевей, была бы только тройка, а тройка порезевей. загляну в соседний сад. Там смуглянка, молдаванка собирает виноград. Я краснею, я бледнею, захотела вдруг сказать: встанем над рекой, зорьки летние встречать. Раскудрявый блёд, зелёный лет весной, я влюблённый и смущён пред тобой. Лёд зелёный, да клон кудрявый, раскудрявый лесной. Раскудрявый клон зелёный лет весной, я влюблённый и смущён пред тобой. Лёд зелёный, да клон кудрявый, раскудрявый лесной. А смуглянка, молдаванка, отвечала парню Влад: партизанский, молдаванский, собираем мы отряд. Нынче рано партизаны дом покинули родной. Ждет тебя дорога, партизаны в лес пустой. Раскудрявый клен, зеленый лет весной, здесь у клена мы расстанемся с тобой. Клен зеленый, да клен кудрявый, да раскудрявый лесной. Клен зеленый, да клен кудрявый, да раскудрявый лесной. А смуглянка, молдаванка по тропинке в лес ушла. Том обиду я увидел, что с собой не позвала. А смуглянки, молдаванки часто думал по ночам. Вдруг свою смуглянку я в отряде повстречал. Раскудрявый, да клен зеленый лист весной. Здравствуй, парень мой хороший, мой родной. Клен зеленый, да клен кудрявый, да раскудрявый лесной. Клен зеленый, да клен кудрявый, да раскудрявый лесной. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег на крутой. Выходила, песни заводила про степного сизого орла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла. Ой, ты песня, песенка девичья, ты летишь за ясным солнцем свет, ты морю над нами пограничье, от Катюши передай привет. Пусть он вспомнит девушку простую, пусть услышит, как она поет. Пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша бережет. Пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша бережет. Расцветали яблони и груши, поплыли туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на
quite nice. It was quite nice, isn't it? I told you, the Russian music is like that, very peppy, very rhythmic, and you feel like getting up and dancing. Thank you for not doing that. But they really played from their heart, and it was very entertaining and took us almost to the tour of Russia. We felt we were all transported there, and with so much of joy and happiness they sang and they played. It was truly a festive feeling. So we are very happy and very thankful to the entire team for coming and doing this for us. And we hope they can come again soon and then they can perform. They are performing during the November also, right? Yes, it was very nice. One big round of applause for everyone.
Now, the devotees and volunteers from Russia would like to offer a token of their love to Sadhguru. Next, we have an offering of gratitude from the devotees from Belarus. We will conclude today's program with the national anthem of Russia, followed by the national anthem of Belarus, and finally the national anthem of India.